So we had a little trouble with the recording equipment, but I did find time for us to kind of. Bev started cutting another one, so we can show you a different way that you can actually cook or prepare the cassava. Do your research on this. Some ways to cook it. If you're gonna make like those big fries, then it's best to boil it. And they are hard, so it's not like a regular potato where it was like boil it, it's gonna get real soft. You wanna boil it till it's a little softer than what it's normally when it's fresh. And that way, then you wanna cut them up, or cut them up first and then boil them, and then after that you can fry it. That's cool. They have like this little hard thing up in them. They
This
start to get
hard
like
now.
woody. That's a woody part.
Let's
You
come
can
on.
see it almost. That's like toward the end. You can see how woody that looks. Let me see that. While she goes washes that, I'll let you look at that. It starts to look like almost like tree wood, and that's a hard part of it. But you can discard that part. It's at the end, and then sometimes they have it in the middle. What Bevs is going to show you now is this is how she saves the cassava. What she does.
Yes.
So we're going to use two of them. She's going to show you how to save. And then the other two, she's going to show you just how to make what they call cassava chips. Everybody know how to fry fries, so we're not going to really show that in this video, how to fry them. But we're going to show you what she does
Yes.
and how she actually goes about the grading process.
So you just gotta use the smaller grater and grate till
So that's the smallest size, right?
yeah, the smaller size. Well, it does take you a lot of muscle work
Yeah.
on your.
Oh, but we was watching YouTube and saw this. This lady uses a meat grinder. Uh, she actually puts the cassava in the meat grinder, and it goes through the meat grinder, and it comes out with a really good consistency. So in the future, when we finally, because we want to also get into like making like chicken burgers and things like that, like buying the chicken breast and putting it through the meat grinder yourself, making your own patties or buying your own ground meat or beef meat and putting it through the meat grinder, making your own ground meat. That way you know what's actually in the patty as opposed to just getting ground meat and you don't know what's in the package. They tell you it's beef, but how do you know? So that was something that I seen. So for those people that have meat grinders, you can probably get away with having to do this work. Her little arms do be working a little bit. You can get away with putting yours through a meat grinder and see if the consistency is good enough. I wouldn't do a blender, anything like that. You're gonna soup your stuff up, probably mess it up. Either a meat grinder, something that's a slow churn, or get the regular little cheese grater and just grate it down. So let them see. Pick that up so they can see what's coming out the bottom of that.
Here you go.
So that's what's coming out the bottom. And she'll continue. You can stop now though. She'll continue to do that until
It's all
it's
done.
all in there. Then you can show them with your hands. It gets real wet
Like
and
wet.
soggy.
So what you wanna do with this, like when it turn like watery looking already, you just had to get your, like if you got a net, like
Yeah,
smaller
net,
nets,
cheesecloth,
cheesecloth or like
clean
clean
towel.
towels
Yeah.
or something like that and just
Put it
like
in.
push it in and get the water out. I can't
And
do
you
it
can
because it's
squeeze it.
all gonna go.
You can squeeze it. See if anything will come out of it.
You see the juice that
Yeah.
coming out from it?
And you wanna before you freeze it, cool. Before you freeze it, you wanna get all
All
of
the
that
water out
water out.
before you cook it to
Yeah.
make like cassava cake.
Hmm.
We do in the Philippines. We get a lot of recipes for it, like cassava cake, suman, like that, and then peachy peachy.
Cool.
Filipinos know that. So
So cool. So
this,
now then we can do we watched a guy make the cassava chips. So if you can show him what we saw him do. We actually just bought this. It's called a mandolin, I think. Is it a mandolin? What they call it?
yeah, man,
Whatever they call these little things.
you want a thinner, huh? Thin,
Yeah, you can do it thinner.
like
Now this way I found I didn't see the guy.
you
He
just do
wasn't
like this.
boiling when you're making your cassava chips. You don't have to boil because they're so thin. Look at that.
So here you go. This the number one. Look out my head. Sorry.
Stop moving, girl. Let me
See
get focused in on that.
how much you bought for this mandolin thing? Like
12
$12,
99.
and it's pretty cool.
And it chops fast. So you
The,
take that, put the use the guard so you don't chop your hand up.
all right, so
So you take that and
uh-oh.
yeah,
You gotta be careful, yo.
she gets scared.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's hard. It's harder than a potato. With a potato, it just goes, and that's that hard part on that side, that woody part. Might have to just continue with your hand. But we won't go all the way down. We just wanted to show you something about that. And when you get your, we can grade the rest of it. That's cool. But that chops super fast.
Look, and
And
it's thin like this.
yeah, and it's real
The
thin.
better one is that thin one when you grind the cassava.
Yeah. So that was all we wanted to show you, right? So you can grade,
Grate it and then put it
squeeze
in
the
your
water
squeeze the
out.
water out, put it in a Ziploc bag or put it in a like this one. I use the gross like
Yeah, it's the grocery
the
produce
fruits.
bags. We
Yeah,
use that.
I just put it in there and then
I think we
throw
didn't
it.
have Ziploc bags then.
Then I put it in the freezer and then if you're ready when you're ready to cook, you just take it out then throw it out for like maybe at
Yeah,
least let it get soft and you can mix it in with the rest of the stuff.
cool.
Then
Same
bake
thing
it.
for the cassava chips. You can freeze them, or you can. I seen a guy. Somebody say you can freeze them, or you can just fresh. Go ahead and fresh. Throw them in the grease, cook them
Cook
up,
it.
and you don't have to worry about that toxin and all of that because it's real thin, so that the toxins are gonna cook out generally fast.
Yes.
So either way is on you. If not, if you leave this like this,
It gonna turn
within a
black.
week you're gonna lose your whole crop. So you have to figure out a way to save it. And so far, that's some of the only two ways to save it. Or you can just cut them up, and you can. I seen some people just freeze them just like that for when they want to make
And
the
yeah.
fries.
And if you want to, you can eat just like cut it and then boil it and eat it like
Yeah,
that with sugar, salt,
yeah,
like that.
cool.
And so
So that was part two, man. This is our last two that we had to take out. Then after that, you just pretty much cut your stems off. You can bundle them up, tie them up. They supposed to last for maybe almost a few weeks. I'll try to put them back in the ground if you're in a favorable climate. If not, you try to use like a black bag, something to put them in to kind of keep that moisture, kind of hold them over the winter. Hopefully, you can plant them. I'm gonna try to put some in some smaller pots so we can get it started, and that way, when March comes, we're gonna bring them back outside again for another plant. Look at this boy. That's my shoes, boy. Thank you for watching Louisiana Gardening Family.
syrup,
And as always,
say
grow,
grow, grow,
grow,
grow.
grow. Bye
Say bye
bye.
bye. See, peace out.
Say like Miss Cheryl say bye now. Get out of
Peace
here.
out.
Peace out. Grow, grow, grow.